Sometimes it's better to partner up than rock it solo. What's going on, everybody? Mark Conway with your MHN Horror Fact of the Day. Today's fact is about the 1976 Brian De Palma horror classic, Carrie.
If you have a taste for terror, you have a date with Carrie.
I know a lot of my fans out there that have been following the facts pretty regularly, probably like,
something very familiar about all this.
And you are correct. I did in fact do another fact on Carrie, but same movie, different fact. Before you get all up in arms and judge me in the comments section, hear the fact first, and that starts right now. Director Brian De Palma, when he was casting Carrie, actually shared the audition space with another director who happened to be a very close friend of his. That gentleman's name was George Lucas, a very young filmmaker at the time that only had one credit, a very, very good movie called American Graffiti. Basically, Dazed and Confused, except it's in the 50s. Definitely worth checking out. Anyway, as Brian De Palma was casting and working with actors for his movie Carrie, George Lucas was casting for just a very, very small science fiction movie. Very, very small science fiction movie that ended up coming out in 1977. Like I said, no big deal at all. Yes, in fact, it is true. Carrie and Star Wars were both cast at the same time in the same room by two different directors who both happen to be friends. George Lucas is painfully shy and Brian De Palma is a little bit more outgoing. George Lucas doesn't really like the casting process, and he knew that his buddy Brian De Palma was casting at the same time, so they figured, why not join forces? And I gotta say, that's one hell of a partnership. And that has been your MHN Horror Fact of the Day. I know I say it all the time, but if you can stab that like button, smash that subscribe unless you already have, and then of course click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on the Midwest Horror Network channel. I'll tell you what, if you've already smashed that subscribe, if you can smash that share button instead, that'd be really awesome, just so we can get the word out about the channel. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. It's actually pretty cool. A lot of those guys were really good friends back in the day. Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, John Landis, Brian De Palma, George. They were all really, really close and pretty tight-knit. It's kind of cool to see, where they were back then and what has happened now. Hindsight's always 20/20, and every once in a while it's really interesting to see where everybody had landed.